Welcome to EVA India Insights podcast. I'm Pallavi, your host for today. As organizations move from AI that assists to AI that acts, governance is becoming a critical business imperative. In this episode, we explore how enterprises can build trust, accountability, and control in the age of agentic AI. Joining us is Aditya Iyer, partner of risk consulting at EVA India, to share his perspectives on the governance frameworks needed to scale AI responsibly. Hi, Aditya. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Pallavi.
So, Aditya, to begin with, agentic AI moves beyond generating insights to taking autonomous actions. So, why does this shift require Indian enterprises to rethink their traditional governance and control models?
I think the biggest change is that agentic AI is now no longer giving us an answer or a recommendation. It can actually take action. It can decide what should be the next step. It can call tools, connect with other systems, and keep moving without any human involvement, right? Or limited human involvement. So the governance question changes quite a bit. It's no longer only did the model give the right output. It becomes, is the agent behaving the way we intended, safely and consistently over time? Now, for Indian enterprises, that is quite a big deal because accountability is often spread across business, technology, risk, and operational teams. And as these agents become more autonomous, the impact of a mistake can also become much larger. And that is why governance has to become a more continuous and built into the way the agent operates, not something that we can check as an afterthought.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, building on the previous question, as AI agents gain the ability to make the decisions and execute workflows across the systems, how should organizations redefine accountability, oversight, and human supervision?
So I think the first thing organizations need to accept is that an AI agent can be given authority, but it cannot be given accountability. Accountability will still sit with the enterprise. So every agent needs clear ownership: who owns the business process, who owns the technology, and who owns the risk. Human supervision also needs to be more thoughtful. It should not just be a checkbox where we simply say a human is somewhere in the loop. For low risk tasks, monitoring and exception reporting may be enough. But if the agent is taking actions that affect, money, customers, compliance, or reputation, then there should be adequate approval gates that are built in, escalation paths that are clearly defined, and a very clear and precise way to pause or reverse what the agent is doing.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, pivoting towards the guardrails, what are the most critical governance guardrails, according to you, around risk, security, data access, and compliance that enterprises must establish before scaling agentic AI?
So this is a very pertinent question, Pallavi. I would personally keep the guardrails very practical, right? First, know where your agents are, what they are doing, and who owns them. Second, treat agents like non-human identities, which means that they should only have the access they truly need. Third, be very clear about what data they can use, especially when personal, confidential, or regulated data is involved. And from a security point of view, you need controls for things like prompt injection, misuse of tools, data leakage, and unauthorized actions. And finally, you need logs, monitorings, audit trails, testing, and very essential, a kill switch. The real objective is to make autonomous agents not quietly create risk in the background while everyone assumes that they are just BAU or business as usual.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, many organizations still see agentic AI as a technological transformation. So, why is it equally, or perhaps more, an operating model and an organization change challenge?
Now, this is actually a very important point. Agentic AI is not just another technology rollout or a standard technology rollout. It changes how work actually gets done. If an agent can plan a task, update a record, trigger workflows, or coordinate across systems in the enterprise, then it effectively is becoming part of the operating model itself. Now, that means that organizations have to rethink roles, approvals, controls, SOPs, as well as escalation parts. They also need to decide what stays human led, what becomes agent assisted, and what can be fully agent executed. In many cases, the hard part will not be building the agent. The hard part will actually be redesigning the way people processes and controls work around.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, looking ahead, what will distinguish the enterprises that successfully scale agentic AI with trust and control versus those that struggle with risk and governance failures?
The organizations that succeed will be the ones that know exactly what their agents are doing. They will have a clear inventory, clear ownership, clear access boundaries, and continuous monitoring of these agents. They will actually understand which systems and data each agent touches and what kind of business impact it could create if it goes wrong. On the other hand, organizations that struggle will likely have agent sprawl, shadow deployments, unclear accountability, and weak oversight. So the winners will not simply be the ones that move fastest. They will be the ones that scale with discipline, with transparency, and with the right controls built in from the start.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, that brings us to the end of this episode. As agentic AI reshapes how business operate and success will completely depend not only on innovation but also on the ability to govern AI with trust, transparency, and control. And that's our key takeaway from this conversation. Thank you so much, Aditya, for joining us and sharing all your valuable insights on how enterprise can build trust, accountability, and control in the age of agentic AI. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Pallavi. A pleasure.
Thank you. And to all our listeners, thanks for listening to EY India Insights podcast. Until next time, this is Pallavi signing off.